Have you ever wanted to do some cool 2D effects like the ones from Arcane? I guess I'm doing like a tutorial, something like that. Anyway, we open our free and trusty animation software, OpenToonz. Great! Create a new project, call it whatever you want. Tutorial purposes, I already created mine called VFX, even though it's 2D effects. Never mind. And here you go, the animation I showcased it at the beginning of the video. Well, we're gonna try to do this sap animation. So let's check the sketches I did for this one. Something that we have to take on mind when doing this 2D effects animation is having like point centers. Electricity worked with positive charges and negative charges, meaning that there's a positive voltage that's trying to connect to the negative voltage. That's how lighting and striking works in real life. But basically, we have this emission, and to make it look natural, make it look somehow realistic, something incredible, something that you say, oh yeah, that looks exactly like electricity coming out of that point. So you have this emission point, that's the red dot. Electricity is a connection between the point A to point B. So we can take the red dots as bullet points for our emission system, where the SAPI is gonna come out and connect to the other and converge in some way. Here's where electricity is already converged. It's already connected with point A to point B, making the path. Now it's gonna rumble around. Now it's gonna squash and stretch. So you can get this little curves over there with that this spikiness and like electricity stuff. What we want to make the illusion is that this thing is wobbling and round, like it's still connected by its worms moving around, it's stretching from its focal point, it's going somewhere. So we're gonna sketch over these guidelines. From these sketch lines, you can stretch some parts, you're gonna make it some thicker, like start off from one point, wanting to go, they connect to that point, they are thin, they do the blast, the impact frame that we will soon get, we'll later see to it, and then they get thicker, they get thick for some reason, and then they decelerate and vanish. Now that that's ready, let's get into impact frames. Well, now that's ready, get yourself like a new pencil that is a bit more digitally in a way. Get rid of the sketch pencil and try to add these things that try to give like this motion to it, like this rampage going a bit raging. There you go. You got that impact frame. Oh wait, there you go. So now that we have the impact frame, we have to do the after impact frame, so it has a sense of being. For this, we're gonna change the color so we can see it in the other frame. Sketch all of your SAPI. Don't forget to change again the color of the pencil. Also, try to use different pencils when you do different colors, because you can get things messed up, things that happen in OpenToonz. And now you got it, but I feel it's missing something, well, because light flickers. That flickery effect, we can add it doing some simple stuff. Move aside the impact frame and copy your previous frame, paste it, and leave aside one blank frame, one blank space. This will add the juicy flicker effect, like this thing of the electricity actually disappearing and reappearing for a period of time, like it. Oh shit, I'm getting into physics again. Now let's get back to my previous animation, because we're gonna break it down. I first off start with like the sap coming out of the dots, flicker effect. The flicker effect also gives you a little bit of anticipation. We're looking for anticipation in emission. That's one of its principles. We have our impact frame. There actually are two impact frames. One like they're about to connect and then the connection happens between them. You can use the eraser to just give it a little touch of really sharp edge. Also, here we have this charge release, this energy explosion, we can say it, that moves at a different frame rate than the rest of the image, so it's you can play with that. You can play with 2x2 with 2s, with 3s, with ones. That's actual animation, the complete animation. Try playing with the curves, because these add a bit of more frenetic, more electric, more sappy effect to the final render. Also, here we got to the part that the sap gets thicker, it's like charging a lot of energy, and it's accumulating energy in some focal points, and then it's releasing it or decelerating it. So try to maintain the momentum that these things are. Like if you're squashing it to the side and try to pushing it, and when the deceleration part comes, try to still move it a little bit. Like don't let it that still, because it ruins a bit of the momentum that it's already got with the explosion, like instead of and dying on the action. Anyways, thank you for sticking around. I know that my English may not be the best, but I try my best. So yeah, that's a 2D effects tutorial, I guess. Why are you still? What are you doing here? Like, go home. Get a family with your feet.